You're listening to the Ochoman Behind the Eight Ball, only on Ignotainment.
I'm always on the old blacklist or something.
Without further ado, the one, the only Ochoman.
I'm trying to live my life, and it just makes me so wild and mean.
Hola, muchachos, my friends. It's February 24th, and glad to have you guys on board here. I got my man, Armand. Armand, good to see you.
Good morning.
You look really good in the morning.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and
That's
Chris.
sausage biscuit you bought.
There you go. I'm trying to pump you up here, son. And we got our production man here, Chris.
Behind the eight ball.
Behind
Once
the eight
again.
ball.
He's got a sausage biscuit, too.
I know, I got to have that. I'm starving.
Yeah, there you go. You might want to
No donuts?
keep that warm. No donuts today.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought sausage biscuit would be the
Perfect,
way to go.
Perfect compliment to that.
Well, boys, we were supposed to have our show yesterday.
Yeah.
But the Ocho, man, I'll tell you what, I was sick as a dog over the weekend. I kept coughing. It was one of these type of deals where you're coughing without a temperature. And
Unproductive cough? Anything green come up? Any phlegm?
dude, yeah, there was some.
Just
yeah,
getting your symptoms.
Yeah, there was all that shit coming out. And I had to kick back, and all day I just kicked back in bed and watched Breaking Bad. So, I'm in season 4 right now.
It's a good show, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I got to tell you, man, this Walt guy, I'm in season 4, maybe like episode 5 or 6, and this clown seems to be getting himself into so much shit every time. You got to watch it.
Yes, I'm not familiar.
Well, you got to watch
never
one.
You never
Nothing
seen
to
Breaking
this.
Bad?
No, not at all.
Oh, man. You
Yeah.
are missing out.
I'm telling you right now. Oh, yeah.
Is that the theme?
Yeah, that's the theme.
Sounds menacing.
Oh, it's exactly the term to describe
Well,
it. It's
hey,
menacing.
you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen the whole thing.
Now, don't give any shit away here, but I'm
No
telling you
spoilers.
right now, what's his name? His sidekick, the kid?
Jesse.
Jesse was rough at the get-go, but now Jesse's thinking more like he's supposed to be in this business, and Walt, the whole thing's about making meth.
Walt is a chemistry teacher, correct?
Yes.
I am conversant with the show.
And this guy is completely fucking up now. He's not doing what's supposed to be done.
It's getting a little unstable, huh?
Very unstable.
a little erratic. The chemistry teacher.
Before it was Jesse, the kid, that was very unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's this guy. You know who I'm starting to really like is Mike.
Oh, Mike Ehrmantraut?
Oh, man, Mike
He's
is just...
great.
Mike is the... he used to be a former cop. Now he's part of the group, and he keeps everything. You remember...
He's pretty solid.
Yeah, and we got a sound effect of... a soundbite from, the Pulp Fiction guy, where
yeah.
the wolf guy, where he says, before we blow each other or whatever. But this is...
This is sucking each other's dicks.
Yeah.
To the mic, bitch.
Okay. I
Is
knew
that it?
was...
That's
no.
Jesse.
Oh, okay. That didn't
Yeah.
sound
Speak
like...
into the mic, bitch.
That guy's such a good character.
That didn't sound like Keitel there.
Yeah.
No, and the thing that I was saying when all this dick talk popped up was that the way he controls everything, he knows how to go about it.
But this is part of the evolution of the show because initially he wasn't...
No, this Mike guy was always steady.
Oh, he was. All right.
I mean, Mike had everything
Tempering
under
influence.
control.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just really into it. And
Speaking of Mike, have you watched any of the new show?
no, I think I'm going to wait till I'm done with this
Breaking
series.
Bad, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Because I'm just so much into this right now. I want to finish.
So you
this.
had a very productive day yesterday, lounging about and watching Breaking Bad all day.
Yeah, and checking out some sports here.
Did you-
I checked out the Kansas.
Well, I hope you picked some winners for us while you were...
Dude, just give me a chance
well.
here. Give me a chance. Give me a
I
chance,
need the
brother,
money.
man. All right, we got the Kansas lost to Kansas State last night.
Oh, that was an upset, I guess, huh?
That just makes my life happier.
I know it does me too, but check this out, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of this, though. When the fans stormed the court,
Right.
mean, they were-
It was in Kansas State, I assume, Manhattan.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
Manhattan, and you had all these Kansas State fans that were elbowing the Kansas
I'm sure they were
players.
ecstatic. They were getting a little rough with the opposing players.
Let those guys go, okay? They, I'm not a Kansas fan at all. I'm a Mizzou fan, but I'm telling you right now, these guys, They lost the game. Let them fucking get out of the building. I mean,
So this is another Ochoman appeal for justice.
Yeah. It's a Ochoman appeal to justice here. What they should do is say, hey, let the team leave, and then you could storm the court or whatever.
I'm not sure that would work. Do you think?
Well,
you think you're gonna
something's gotta be done with
I mean, if
that.
these kids, by definition, these are rabid, probably drunk college kids who,
Right, definitely.
swipe some flasks into they've brought all this illicit booze and God only knows what into the stadium. You think that's actually going to stop them anyway? Do you think they're going
Something's
to wait?
got to be done, man. These players
they
lose
do
a
something,
game. They
put them in
should be-
jail. That's what's done.
How can you take a whole fucking stadium, arena into jail?
Well, that's my whole point. Then how are you going to stop it?
What's your call on this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was hearing some other people discuss this.
You were
earlier.
crazy too, weren't you?
Yeah, I was a
You-
little crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was a Mizzou guy too, as you know. And,
Yeah.
Don't you kind of take your life in your own hands if you decide to elbow some 7-foot?
What the hell's that 7-foot guy going to do? You're talking.
I think you could take 2 or 3
I
regular
get it.
college kids.
What about those killing ants? Those red ants? They could swarm a whole spider, and the spider doesn't have a chance.
I don't know. I think I
Yeah,
was
genius to think about that shit.
I'd never considered that.
I think if I was the school, I mean, you can say all you want. Hey, you're not supposed to run out here when the game's over or whatever. But it's not like they're ever going to listen to what you say. I think you almost have to say,
the point.
hey,
Yes.
we know you're going to run out on the court if we win. If you do, hold off for, 15 seconds to let everybody off. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything you can do about
Really?
it.
Yeah,
I really don't.
yeah,
But if
you really can't.
If
I
you
just
have
wanted to
police
give a
there,
shout out on
you
that.
should have.
How many police? you
Well,
got?
that's what I'm saying. A normal amount of people, constabulary, that if they do witness this and they see it, they arrest whoever they can.
Who's Larry? You said Stab Larry.
Not vocabulary,
Yes,
constabulary.
what's your problem with Larry?
Who
all
the
right?
fuck is Larry? Why do you want to stab Larry?
Constabulary.
Oh.
The police, the gendarmes,
All right. Okay,
law
move on
enforcement. Constabulary also includes the
Hey,
military.
you see the man.
here. See, Muggsy?
I knew Edward G. I know him so well. I knew he was going to get. Give us a little Edward G. Robinson from the Ten Commandments.
Oh, the Ten
yeah,
Commandments.
Who is this Moses Muggs? Eh?
He
Right?
says this.
Yes.
Where's your Messiah now? See?
Yes, that's his favorite quote.
I mean, I use that.
Remember him dancing though under the golden calf? That was the funniest. Oh, that was hilarious.
Where's your Messiah now? See?
We'll build a golden calf. See, golden calf. Yeah. It's Moses. He's a mug. See.
He'll find it.
Was that you?
No, was that me or was that him?
That was us.
I thought that was your line.
He found him in a.
You know,
I heard him say that.
he's a great actor. But you remember the original Dirty Harry? Remember Dirty Harry?
Yeah.
Remember Scorpio, that crazy killer that that killed. Well, he was Scorpio.
I think I do. Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
That was Edward G. Robinson's son, Andy Robinson.
How about
Did you know that?
No, I did
If
not
you look
know.
close, he's got that same kind of weird lip, and kind of a gruesome face.
Was he a short guy too?
He wasn't that short, I think, but Edward G. Robinson was very short, yes.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Goldenberg was his real name. He was Jewish.
He was a Jewish guy.
Yes.
Acting Italian.
Emmanuel Golden, acting like Little Caesar, yeah.
Yeah. The big fight's finally on, my friends. May 2nd. We've got the
That's
big
Kentucky
showdown
Derby
here.
Day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Kentucky Derby.
That's
How
right.
great is that? You're going to see. You're
What
going
would
to
you
see
rather
the Derby.
see? What would you rather see, the Kentucky Derby or?
Well, I think as a group, I think what you do is you invite the people over for the Kentucky Derby,
Yeah.
and then let them stay for the night too. And we got the big fights coming at the nighttime too.
You want to do that at your house? I'll come over.
I think I'd like to do that at my house. Why the hell not? Chris, you're more than
I'm
welcome
ready for
too,
it.
man.
Yeah,
I think
my wife's going to be out of town at the Derby, so
beautiful.
I think we better
Beautiful.
consult with your wife.
Oh, I'll get rid of her. With that horse. I
that's-
put her on
is
that
that-
horse and slap
No.
the horse's ass and
that's me heading over to your house.
Oh.
I had to get a head start.
You better get 2 horses. That's 45 minutes with my car.
What about as long as there's no ranting like last year? The guy who California Chrome, the winner. Who was that guy?
The
his
owner.
The owner.
He looked like Wilford Brimley of
Ah.
the Cocoon.
Right, that's right. The Cream of Wheat. He did Cream of Wheat commercials
and
too.
he did that.
Steve Coburn. That's his name.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah.
He did that. He also did that insurance.
Right, yeah, they all do. Alex Trebek, everybody, when they get over the hill, they give you that
It's
cheap
that colonial,
health insurance. Yeah,
that
right.
colonial
cheap health
insurance,
which is worthless. He was also in The Firm. He was pretty tough in The Firm. Remember, he was a very ominous character. Remember that in The Firm?
Yes,
He
that
was
was
their
an
enforcer.
awesome movie.
Yeah.
We're talking about Wilford
Brimley, of all people.
Yeah, but
Who would think?
this guy looks just like
He
him.
does.
What's the guy's name on the California Chrome?
Steve Coburn.
Yeah, and the guy was. I mean, he makes a legitimate point, but that's what it's all about. That's why it's
right.
called the Triple Crown.
Exactly. That's
It's
why
the
everybody
toughest-
aspires. That's why you get $5 million for doing it.
And the thing that really. What do you rate this, by the way, to different sports? What do you look at? I mean,
I'll tell you,
is it like the hitting crown?
It's
or
the pinnacle, isn't it?
It's the pinnacle because
I think it's the toughest thing to do.
No other trainer wants you to do it. On the last leg, they're going to bring all fresh legs, whatever it is, to make – because deep down, they're thinking it's them down the line, not this guy, not this newcomer.
Well, sure, they're all gunning for you.
Yeah,
which just makes it. I mean, like Secretariat is just amazing. Well, any of the horses that won it are amazing, but Secretariat by 31 lengths.
How many horses did he go up against, though?
In the Belmont?
In the Belmont.
It wasn't a big field. 5?
Yeah,
maybe?
that's what I'm thinking. Now it's kind of changed.
But he set a record. I think this record still stands.
I know.
It doesn't matter. It could have been, you could have had a whole...
You're right, but you don't know if in traffic he could have got...
Well, there are factors.
Yeah, there are different factors,
but
too.
Once that horse was out in front, the whole cavalry couldn't have caught him.
Well, here's my thinking, too. Here's my thinking as well. Baseball, I don't think you'll ever see a hitting crown
streak
again, like a 400 batting average over 414 or something like that.
I think Ted Williams hit 406 in
406.
1941. That
406
was
the entire year. Because I'll tell you this right now. Because now you have pitchers that come in for only one pitch.
Yeah.
They come in for the sixth inning,
Yep.
one pitch. They bring in another pitcher for one pitch in the seventh inning and so forth. I mean, you got a platoon of pitchers because back in those days when Williams was playing, they had one or two pitchers throughout the entire game.
That's true, but they have the opposite argument that now you have all like 32 teams and they've diluted the pitching so much that you just don't have as many great pitchers. So there's two arguments to that.
Well, I don't think so because look at the way I'm saying. I'm saying to you right now, that guy that's so diluted, he's a mediocre pitcher.
Right.
He's got at least one pitch in his forte. Huh?
In his forte?
Yeah, he's in his closet.
His bag of tricks.
His repertoire, I believe. Forte is loudness.
Well, loudness. He's got a loud pitch. He's throwing the ball pretty damn good for one pitch.
It's the mitt, and it's really loud.
That's what I'm talking about. He's got live action.
Okay, a little pianissimo, please.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying though. Each team has got pitchers now as a platoon.
My point is they may have canceled each other out by a little diluted.
But do you see what I'm saying?
No,
though?
Each pitcher, of course, has his métier, and he has his special
métier.
pitch.
What the fuck is a métier? Bring up my
his
forte.
Specialty.
Okay, all right. Well, what I'm saying though is, which one's tougher now?
I think they
the
cancel each other out.
Or the Triple Crown?
Triple Crown's tougher.
Triple
I think we'll see
tougher.
a 400 hitter before we see a Triple Crown winner.
See, I don't know.
I really do.
What about you, Chris? I mean, you think about
I think it's
that.
a Triple Crown.
Triple Crown?
It's a Triple Crown.
Triple Crown.
Yep.
Look
All
how
right.
long it's been.
I really do.
Hey,
yeah.
if you guys are out there and you guys want to chime in on this one, Ochoman at Ochoman.com, let us know.
Yeah.
I'd like to get it from the fans here on who they
I bet
think
you
is.
there's a lot of opinions out there on this.
I bet
It's
there
strong
are.
one way or the other.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
You don't think anyone cares?
Horse racing is unfortunately not that popular. We
Yeah.
love it, but
I'm telling you,
with people who listen to us,
it's a very popular sport still. But you know what? The
You-
powers to be, they seem to be getting in the way of things too, because you had the Breeders' Cup ending in the Classic in the Breeders' Cup ended in a inquiry that a lot of people to this very day
it's a very popular sport.
said it came
right.
down,
I'm
it
talking
was
about
a-
our audience. I think they'd rather talk about the
it's not
Pacquiao
that, though.
fight.
It's not what I'm saying. That it was it wasn't a clear-cut winner because they brought down the top horse. So, or they didn't bring down the top horse, and he did definitely collide with the other horse, too.
But when we were discussing Wilford Brimley's, whatever his name is, his outburst after the...
Not
remember
Wilford
after...
Brimley. What's his name?
The look-alike Wilford Brimley.
Hey, what do you
Crawford?
got on that?
What was his name?
The
the
California Chrome.
Steve
one.
Coburn.
Steve Coburn.
Yeah, Steve Colbert.
We both thought that was unwarranted
But
and a little
he
outrageous.
had a point, but he didn't have to go
was-
But he did definitely turn around then and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I jumped off the deep end on that." So,
Well, someone should have restrained the man. He was
but he didn't do any fucking thing.
guy.
Leave the
lost
guy
his
alone.
faculties.
Yeah,
Wasn't in possession of his
all right,
faculties.
all right.
Ochoman kind of does that sometimes.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
part of his charm.
You jumped on me about my forte. I knew that was loud.
So maybe the losing
At
of
the top of your lungs, it
faculties
was loud.
is his forte. The losing
Well-
the faculties is his forte.
Well, forte, you actually used it not entirely improperly because forte does. Yes, my specialty would be my
Exactly.
forte, but
Yes,
that's
well,
not what you meant.
That's what I meant. I
You
meant
said
that as loud.
but you said the
That-
pitcher has a pitch that's his forte. No, pitching is his forte.
Well, yeah, all right. Shut up and leave me alone. Our
I
next
can't wait for
one
the.
is-
You have the words today, by the way.
Oh, I'm
3
excited.
words.
I do have it. I do.
hope
Hey,
one of them
are you
isn't forte.
Are you looking forward to this?
I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
I'm practicing
Hey, he's
on my
been
own
practicing.
No kidding. You've been studying.
time. It's
He's
just
been studying.
scrolling through
But
the
I'm not
dictionary,
giving-
scrolling through Wikipedia.
Hey, this is going to be legit too. I never give out anything.
You've had good words so far.
Yeah. In other news in sports, we got
Thankfully.
Adrian Peterson.
Oh yeah, good running back.
He wants to
Very
be
good.
out of Minnesota. All right.
Yeah.
He says I'm sick and tired of this because I feel I feel that I was
Well, how do you
ambushed.
feel? First of all, how do you feel about the charges again? I mean, you have kids.
Chargers.
Do you think the charges against him?
You know what? I wasn't raised on that. I was never raised on getting beat. But I
Your
knew-
father never hit you?
You know what? He had the belt, and
Of course.
but he rarely used
I
it.
have too
And-
much respect for your father to think that he didn't smack the hell out of you.
Well, a couple of times he did, but you know what? I got in trouble for.
What did you do?
Well, when I was growing up in New York, we had this little game that we had. We'd go to this guy's house, and trains would be flying by, okay, with like Dodge K cars all on these trains. And we would pick up rocks and shit and try to bash these windows out as little kids.
It's
and
good, healthy
Jesus.
fun, sure.
And then what would happen then, we kind of wanted this to go down, guys from cabooses would jump out and start chasing us.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was a chase every day.
Did they
one-
actually? I hope they stopped the train and jumped out and came
Yeah.
back. Wow.
Yeah, they actually stopped the train or slowed the train down.
hope
The
so,
fucking
yes.
guy had to run back. Yeah, that was the sound we're looking for. And one time I tripped and fell.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boom.
Jesus.
The guy just snatched me. The guy snatched me and he took me to my parents' house. My dad, he's Armenian, and
I
he's
know.
like, what did he do? And I said, and I'm like looking at the guy, please.
How old were you?
I was like
3.
five.
5 years old.
5? Holy shit!
Throwing
Yeah, I was
rocks
gonna
at
say at least
trains.
Rocks at trains.
Boy, you were a prodigy.
Yeah, it sure was.
it was his forte.
Oh, you pricks. That word's not
Yeah,
going to
rub it
die
in.
out.
Go ahead.
That word's not going to. Any case, I tell the guy, I look at the guy, please don't leave me.
Oh, the guy. You wanted to take
Yeah,
me back.
because
Yeah, wherever you're going, I'm on board.
Now the guy said, "Hey, if there's any damage to these cars, we'll come back and look for your kid." And thank God I missed or whatever. They let me go, but my dad that night he kind of beat the crap out of me with his belt.
My dad, and he'll never admit it, but my sister will attest to this because she was a witness. When I was around 8 or 9, he bought me a game, of course, and I don't remember what it was, but it had a lot of pieces. Okay, a lot of little pieces, not like like video games today. It was a board game, and I guess I lost one of the pieces.
A what?
Yeah, he wouldn't know.
What kind of game was it?
I don't know, some kind of war game.
Oh,
that was
war game, like
but
Risk.
something akin to
Shoots and
that. Yeah,
ladders.
but a lot of Candyland. A lot of had a lot of moving pieces, a lot of parts
That you have to have.
Yes, and I lost one, and my dad broke a board over my back.
Son of a
He
bitch.
thought he killed me, I just collapsed. Yeah, he'll never admit that.
This makes a lot of sense now.
Yes,
Things are starting to come
I've been playing with rag dolls ever since. Yes,
So I guess that's what led you to read a lot of books.
but I always read them cockeyed. I'm a little dyslexic,
Well,
but he'll never admit that. But my sister, she was there.
how the hell did I get to this when I was talking about Peterson?
Well, we're talking
don't know, it
about
was
beating,
great, though.
beating our children.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
his problem, isn't it? That was his problem.
And, well,
That's never a problem.
I don't think it's a problem.
I think it's the culture state there. I think he was raised around a strict black father that, he was strict raising, and strict.
As long as it's not abusive.
No,
I don't think it was. I think it was his form of punishing the kids.
He drew blood, though.
All right, I know. Well, he's a strong guy, but
Yeah.
I don't think he did it. There's a difference between maliciousness and deliberately harming. I don't think he wanted to hurt his kids.
I don't think so either,
I don't
man.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think so too, and he felt that he was ambushed by the Vikings, as he calls it, because he felt that the Vikings didn't stand there for him and so
They
forth.
certainly didn't support him.
And
doesn't seem like.
Well, here's the deal: he wants to go to Dallas. I mean,
don't blame him.
he was from Texas. He grew up a Cowboy fan. But here's the problem too: he's making $12.7 million a year for 3 more seasons.
Is that the highest? Is that the highest paid?
That's the highest paid running back right now in the game, and the Vikings are saying we're not going to let you go. And if they look to trade, Dallas can't take that heat right
That's a
now.
big
They
hit
can't
on
take
the cap,
12.7 either, so they're in a tough spot
He's
here.
willing to take a pay cut to go to Dallas.
That's what would have to come down
Would have to be I think it would have to be a significant pay cut.
I mean, Jerry would have to
Yeah.
talk him into something like $8 million a year.
Can they defer things? Is there any way around that? I know they skirt everything else,
Well,
taxes and everything else.
I
Maybe Jerry can
guar-
pay his taxes for
well,
him.
the way they are able to do it is
Yeah.
set it up like to deferred as like bonuses almost.
Okay.
Because if it's structured as like the bonuses, it's
Well,
not
well, for
Incentives.
sure.
It's not a
Prostitutes,
cap
things
hit.
like that.
Exactly.
They can restructure his contract.
okay.
They can definitely do something like that. So I don't know. It's a tough buy here. I don't know if Peterson can get out of this contract yet or whatever, but that's what we have on this one.
Well, I mean, I don't think if you're the coach or the owner of the team, would you want this guy playing for you if you know he doesn't want to be there?
Yeah.
Especially a running back.
You're totally
he's
right.
Not going to give you're not going to give 100%. I don't know if I want the guy on the team.
I wouldn't.
And in the locker room, he's made it clear he doesn't want to play for you.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cancer to the whole
that's
team
right, a
around
cancer,
you too, because
a sarcoma.
Yeah.
A melanoma.
It's
melanoma
definitely
in
a
the-
forte situation.
Fortissimo.
Quite
But,
fortuitous.
That's a very apt use of that word.
The guy definitely
positive.
though is sharp. He can definitely play the game. It's going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
but he doesn't have his mind right.
Well, speaking of mind, I'm glad you brought up mine.
Get your
Can
mind
you?
right.
You got that one? Do
I
you know?
will. I will.
You know what that's from?
He'll find it here
Cool
in a
Hand
second.
Luke. Yes.
Jameis Winston.
The quarterback.
Yeah, from Florida State.
Right.
Crab leg king.
Yeah. What was that? Didn't he steal
Well,
crab
hang
legs
on.
allegedly?
Yeah, we'll get to. Well, he
Oh,
did.
okay.
He did steal this crab.
Oh, he
leg.
did.
He
Okay,
definitely
that's
stole the crab leg.
that's been proven.
That-
Okay, I don't want to.
I
I
mean,
don't want
he
to accuse the
walked-
man.
Yeah, I know. I
walked
think
out.
he admitted to it. Yeah.
Jameis Winston,
Uh-huh.
NFL scouting combines. They got this guy as sharp, his brain skills, as Peyton Manning. They think this
How in
guy. This guy
Some
is
kind of IQ test he took. What? How did they figure that out?
Everything about him is so related to throwing the ball, dropping back. They see this guy as a veteran type of player that knows the game.
So he has
Wow.
some sort of acumen that only some sort of arcane knowledge of the sport that other people eludes other people. Like
You know
for
what?
instance, Jay
It wouldn't-
Cutler.
It wouldn't doubt me at all, but
Definitely eludes Jake.
Jay Cutler is
I mean, that
probably,
guy's
I don't know,
atrocious.
that guy's stupid. I mean, he's not
atrocious.
a really. Now, I'm going to describe it, though. Jay Cutler's diabetic. And I think the guy has some hormone I really think that he has some glandular problems.
is that what the problem is?
I really do. I
You
really
came
think-
up with this.
This is my diagnosis, yes, as an amateur.
Let me tell you something about Jay Cutler. I think Jay Cutler
Yes. Set me straight.
needs a good, strong offensive line. I don't see
Jay Cutler
it.
needs a good, strong arm is what he needs.
You know
that
what?
man is he's not
think-
very bright. He's not very bright.
I think he could go to a good team with a strong offensive line, and you could see this guy doing some.
Well, do you think he's
damage
good
to
at
that
reading
defense.
defenses? And I mean, he just doesn't seem like he's got a grasp of the game.
I'm telling you, Armand, I shit you
He's good
not.
at securing contracts. I'll tell you that.
Oh, he's great. I mean, the man's brilliant.
He's
They're
got
not-
like
he's unbelievable.
$130 million contract.
Yeah.
right
They're
now.
not going to let me talk here, folks.
It's
Well,
all
because
you.
you're out of line here. The guy's horrible.
Well, okay. What about Sam Bradford then? That guy's
He's so-so.
that guy's worthless.
So-so.
He's
Ah.
getting a big contract.
Good point.
Here,
Good
here-
point.
My point is Jay Cutler is much better than Sam Bradford.
I don't.
okay?
I don't buy that.
I
don't
think
agree
Jay
with that.
Cutler needs an offensive line
How
with
many
a game
coaches
I
have been
seen.
axed because of that guy, Jay Cutler? Trestman's gone too now, right? Right.
Well,
I'll tell you. I live in Chicago part of the time. people are leaving Chicago Bears fans. They're swearing they're never going to watch another game till he's gone.
Are they
literally
jumping on the Cowboys?
Get your mind right.
Well, they're jumping out of windows. What they're jumping on.
Because you're going to get your mind right.
That's and you know that actor.
What was his acting name?
Well, your favorite. He was in Slapshot. Remember?
Oh, the little fella.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
The GM, the
Joe.
owner.
Joe.
Yeah, the GM.
I'm selling a bus, uniforms.
Right. What did he say? What did he say that one time?
You got a quote.
You know what? Damned
This
if he
bunch
wouldn't. Damned if he wouldn't get in that penalty box. And
No, that's not your favorite quote, though. Not this bunch of... Go ahead. You do it.
I'm under pressure here.
Damn.
We're losing.
Old time hockey. Screw old time hockey.
Eddie Shore? Piss
Screw
on,
Eddie
piss
Shore.
on Eddie Shore.
Piss on Eddie Shore. You guys are playing like a bunch of pussies.
That's the quote. Strother Martin.
That was beautiful.
You know, by the way, that's
that
probably...
wasn't even a code.
That's probably the most misquoted man of all time, too. Because, you know, he does not say, what we have here is failure to communicate.
What does he say?
Well, he says what we have here is a failure to communicate. Then Paul Newman, at the end of the movie, says, now what we have here is failure to communicate. So he gets it wrong.
So
everybody
changed.
says failure. It's what we have here is a failure to communicate.
Okay,
So get that correctly.
So actually, one is like he's benefiting the guy the way that we say it. I mean, the way we're thinking
Right.
is, you know, it's not what we want to do.
Yeah, he's like Adrian Peterson. I don't think he's actually trying to hurt the man. He's just trying to give him instill a little
Right.
character into him by chaining him and hitting him.
Old time hockey. Piss on old time hockey.
There we go.
I should have known he'd have it.
Could you go a little bit more on that?
Sure, please.
Boys, every scout in the NHL is out there tonight with contracts in their pocket, and they're looking for talent, for winners. Oh, my years of publicity.
Fashion shows.
Fashion shows and radio thought for nothing. They come here tonight to scout the Chiefs, the toughest team in the Federal League. Not this bunch of pussies.
You can see the spit coming out of his mouth.
Oh, that was beautiful. And right
What a
after that,
movie. That
was
right
great.
after that, Newman looks at all the boys.
Scouts.
Back to fighting.
Hey, you know, a woman wrote that screenplay. Did you know that?
You know, I heard.
Would you ever think that a woman?
No,
Her
I would
brother
not.
was actually on some, cut-rate hockey team, and she thought of writing the script. And it was a
Whatever
great
happened
script.
to her? I mean, that was
Boy,
a
she should have
beautiful
been given the
script.
Nobel Prize. If you ask me, that was wonderful.
That
a
was
great
that was
script.
something else.
Now,
there, man.
Slapshot 2 was not so good. I don't think she wrote that.
I didn't think that it could be even
No,
beat.
no,
I didn't
it
even
was
watch
awful,
it.
actually.
I didn't
It was
even go
awful.
for it. Hey, you watched the Oscars this weekend?
Oh,
didn't you?
yeah. Speaking of, Well,
Did my movie win anything?
I T-bowed it, and then I watched it the next day. Now, it was a 3.5-hour show.
Okay.
I edited it down to about 18 minutes, and I don't feel like I missed a thing.
I checked out.
But here's the Ocho. At the very end,
Yeah.
when you T-vote things, they have a. It said, and I swear, and the best picture is, and it cut off.
Oh my God!
Not that I looked it up, of course, but
That-
almost
that-
on cue.
That was
Yeah, can you believe that? And the
only your shit,
and
Mark.
the Oscar goes to literally, and it cut off right there, like it was So
Well,
anyway,
I
had to
tell
look
you
it up.
what.
No, your movie American Sniper I think it got best sound.
Yeah,
editing.
that was it. It was best sound editing.
That's all I got.
I'm telling you
Hell,
guys
Chris
right
could have
now.
won that Academy Award.
I very well may.
Yeah, I hope. Well, good luck to you, brother.
I got to tell you guys something. I watched maybe like 18 to 20 minutes of this, and one of them was they had American Sniper, and I thought it was so unfair. I tell you what, I turned it off. I said I'll take the commercials. I'm gonna watch The Walking Dead. Screw this bullshit. I tell you what I didn't like was when they brought up the movie American Sniper. Not one fucking clap from the audience. Not one clap. And that was bullshit because
of lefty
I
nut
thought it was
jobs.
a damn good movie.
Pinkos.
Yep. Bunch of lefty nut jobs.
Yeah, but every other
a great
one,
movie.
every movie after that, everything
Of
that
course.
came on was claps, screams, and everything like that, yelling. But when American Sniper, it was damn nothing
Because
said anything.
in their estimation, it glorified war,
That's so fucking
when
wrong.
it really didn't. It glorified this guy and his contribution to his country and to his fellow soldiers. This guy should be deified, not vilified. And, the guy even dies, really, in the line of, he's trying to help somebody else, another Marine. How, in God's name, do you calumnize this man or this movie? I don't get it.
It was despicable. It was despicable.
I agree with you.
They make this guy out to be a killer. But this guy saved so many of our lives, so many of American lives that wouldn't have been home.
The man's a hero, in my estimation.
So,
but that's another...
That's what I want to hear.
Right.
I want to hear some claps for
Well,
our
it's
guy.
another example of flagrant Hollywood liberalism and run amok. Now, back in the 40s, 30s and 40s, you couldn't...
no way.
You had to... Right. I mean, you couldn't put anything in a movie that was anything anti-American. Now, I'm not saying that's its own form of censorship.
Right.
But what this guy did is honorable, it's decent, and the guy is a great role model for our kids.
There's no question about it. I
don't get it. I don't get it. Even if you disagree with the war itself, you have to give the man his due.
Here's another thing too. How much did he make out there? How much
sure
the
it was
movie?
pittance.
The
movie.
The movie.
God, yeah.
The movie made
It's over
more.
$300 million. Over $300
The
million.
movie made more than what these other movies that went up against.
All the other ones combined.
Yeah, I think it's the most successful
Oh, okay.
R-rated movie
So-
and war movie of all time.
Okay, then here's my point. So you're not really. This Oscar's not behalf of the people. The people
Well, it never has been. Nah, well,
On
I'm going to
behalf
give
of
him a
the
pass
Academy.
on that. Yeah.
Why? Isn't everything based on, like in basketball and football, you base everything on statistics and say, well, you know what? This is what he did. This is why he deserves the MVP.
Well, because Hollywood actually wants to shed that image that it is, and we all know that it's basically art and business, mostly business, merged. So, I mean, but... that's what they want to shed, that image. So they give them to these. I mean, look at these other contenders. I don't even know. I have never even heard of the movie that Julianne Moore won for.
Yeah, hadn't either.
And I would call myself a pretty
Well,
inside Hollywood guy. I've never even heard of that movie.
I sort of understand.
Still
that it's
Alice,
not,
I believe?
Yeah, Still Alice. But I sort of understand that it's not, strictly, stats based, because if it was stats based,
shouldn't
hell,
be.
the guy, I mean, the
Transformers
the movie
would
of the
win.
year is Transformers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
There's no way anyone could ever say that that's
Right.
the movie of the year. And
It's interesting, though, the Academy Awards, you can tell the rating. I think they weren't that good this year.
Yeah.
The ratings are also very intimately related to the popularity of the movie that's won, like Titanic. That was a really big Academy Awards.
yeah,
'cause
I
that
will
was
have
the
to say
movie
the intro
of the
was
year.
cool. I'm usually not into that, but I thought
fast-forwarded
the
it.
intro was cool. Neil
The
Patrick Harris.
one
with
that
all
I
the old
missed.
movies in the background,
Right.
like on like the active screen behind.
I didn't
it was
notice
really
that,
cool.
but I didn't.
It was neat.
I forewent that.
The one I caught was, I think it came on 9:35, 9:40 Central Time, and it had the American Sniper, and it didn't win. It didn't get any claps. Afterwards, I said, "Okay, let me hear about this guy." And this guy gets up on stage, and he's accepting his award, and then he turns around and says, I could have been killed or something. What was that guy?
No,
I don't know. I
yeah,
think
he
I
was.
fast-forwarded
He
that.
won.
I should have killed myself or something.
Oh, you're talking about
he
the
said he
gay
almost
screenwriter?
did. He was a writer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He won for
Yeah.
best original screenplay.
He won the
I think.
screenplay for.
Well, I mean, I really don't
Imitation Game.
Yeah.
Really, I swear to God, though, encourage people out there to, any dream you have, go out and do it. I just didn't get into, I was going to kill myself and all this stuff. What's your call on that? I don't.
Well, I'm against suicide, but I'm also not.
Well, I'm against it too. I didn't
I don't
mean
think it was
kill
appropriate,
yourself.
but I mean, the guy's got. He won for screenwriting.
It was
okay?
a bizarre.
Yeah, it
was
just
bizarre
didn't mesh,
timing.
but of course everybody loved it.
Yeah, of course.
But here's the thing. Here's a guy, and being a screenwriter, I know what the real agony is facing, this blank page or empty screen and having to write something. And, that's, we call it, blood comes out of your forehead. He could have talked about that process or whatever, but, he chose to. And I guess in a way it was appropriate because the man he depicted was gay and died because of it. You know that story.
No, I didn't even catch that.
Yes,
Sorry.
Alan Turing, who he wrote the screenplay about, who broke the code, which he really didn't do, but he helped. He gave the British war effort was abetted immensely by him. I don't want to take it away from him. But anyway, after the war in England, it was actually against the law to be a homosexual. And they caught him, and they gave him a choice. He either goes to jail or he takes hormones. and these hormones screwed up his brain or whatever, and he killed himself.
Well, okay, I get all that, but now are we just giving?
Okay, I'm glad you get that.
Are we just giving these awards out because now we're trying to recreate history 200, 300, 400 years ago with the slavery issue and then the gay issue? I mean, I'm all for this, that we need awareness and all that, but are we just giving these awards out because of this type of relation?
Well, Ocho, you have to understand that there is this philosophy in Hollywood. For instance, and this proves my point that I've told you many times before, who won for Best Actor this year? A man with a disease. Okay, you either have a disease, alcoholism, mental retardation. These are all great things to have to win the Best Actor. Who won for a woman? A woman with a disease, Alzheimer's. In other words, you have to have some sort of defect.
Yeah, it's almost an asset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if you're getting an Oscar.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
for this,
nominated.
Yes. I mean, I don't. I saw the theory of everything, and I don't know how many times you can watch a guy drool over his pea soup, and try to climb a staircase without his arms or legs.
Man.
I mean, that seemed to be a little bit overdone to me. But the guy did live like Stephen Hawking, and the guy did portray, a man with a real motor neuron problem very well. I'll give him that. But I mean, the guy really had no acting to do. Is that acting?
I don't know. I didn't watch.
That's how they hail like Leonard Nimoy as a great actor. Now, you're telling me a guy that plays a man who has no emotion is a great actor?
As a Spock,
yes,
right? Yeah.
Right. That's, what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, retard alert!
Now, I didn't want to use that term. In fact, Ocho warned me about using it, and now you blew it.
Well,
you
we'll just cut it out.
You brought up
edit that,
retard.
please.
You brought up retard before.
I did, but not on the air.
Didn't he say that?
He said mentally retarded.
I said mentally retarded.
All right.
Mental
okay.
defective.
Speaking of something retarded on the news, I didn't use that as someone, though. I used that as something that does not seem...
I thought that was a word we could not use. I thought it was politically...
That's going to be our new sound effect for Jimbo.
Yeah, right. If we remain on the air.
Retard alert.
Politically incorrect.
Yeah.
All right. We got this wealthy... Now, you guys are going to...
I want to hear you pronounce this name.
Okay.
He's been grappling with this all morning.
Okay, now before I keep going on, I don't need you two ripping on me, okay? But I just like the story. It's a wealthy...
I like the name.
All right, shut up.
Give us the name.
All right, wealthy Brajaj and Shabishta Srivastava who live at...
Say it again.
Oh, shut up, man. I'm not saying that shit again. No, I'm stuck, so I got to say it over.
Yes, please do.
Wealthy Brajaj and Shabishta.
Now, is that a man or woman?
Shut up, I'm not done.
I want to get the genders right.
Srivastava, who live... No, douchebag. Let me finish here. Who live in Uttar Pradesh in northern India.
I've actually heard of that. I've actually heard of Pradesh, India.
All right, then what the fuck are you laughing at me
I don't
for?
know,
And their pet... macaque.
Macaque.
It's
a macaque.
A macaque. It's a monkey.
It's a monkey. That's right.
A pet monkey.
Very interesting monkey. I'll tell you about that.
It's named Chunman.
What?
Chunman. Chunman.
All right. So
I'm glad you got Chunman's.
So can you give us the names of the family one more time just to clarify?
No, I'm not giving you that.
I'm not sure who we're talking about. All right.
Well, the two are
Brajaj
and Shabishta. All right, go fuck yourself. And their monkey named Chunman. And here's where things get funny here.
I bet they don't get any funnier than those names.
Well, they adopted Chunman.
These are Indians. These are
Indians. I said northern India.
Okay.
Chunman was adopted by the couple after he was orphaned. How about that? He was orphaned. That's cute.
How altruistic.
Mr. and Mrs. Srivastava say they owe their wealth and their success to their cheeky monkey pet. Oh. He is currently 10 years old, but his breed...
That's not that old for a macaque, I don't think.
No, it's not, and I was going to keep going.
He's in the flower of youth, that monkey.
Okay. Fucking jumping in. He is currently 10 years old, but his breed had been known to live 40 plus, meaning he could outlive the owners.
Easily.
Mr. Srivastava, a 45-year-old lawyer...
Wait a minute. This is someone else?
No, this is
lawyer.
This is them. This is the last name I just gave you.
Oh, right. Well, who's the lawyer? He's a
the
lawyer.
woman, Shabishta.
Oh.
Shabishta. She's a lawyer.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Brajash is the male.
And we don't know his of undetermined vocation. We don't know his employment
I
status.
guess I guess she's making all the cash. Okay, 45-year-old lawyer said, people might say we are mad. They might even say we're ridiculous. We are childish, and Ochoman is our son. To me,
the macaque.
yeah, Ochoman, the monkey, the macaque, yeah, whatever he
Macaque.
is. Macaque, the monkey. He's a monkey, though. And this is kind of crazy, though.
Okay.
But we know how valuable Ochoman is to us. We are childish, or not
Childless.
Yeah, we are childless. And
We're
Ochoman,
childish.
And Ochoman is a son to me. That's what she said.
Wow.
This is crazy, folks.
So what do they do? Leave the
They're
macaque all their
leaving
money?
all their cash to this damn Ochoman, the monkey.
Here we go. I knew there was some sort of socialistic comment coming
Okay,
here.
here's mine.
Here
and
we
then
go.
you could go with your bullshit
Okay,
story.
it's a social contract by Ochoman. Go ahead.
I go to a shelter, shelter that takes
The
care of
macaque shelter?
No, not a monkey shelter. I go to a shelter in India that they take care of people that people can come to get some bread or whatever. And I say, hey, you guys got to take this monkey in, okay? And he will be part of your fixture, part of your crew. Just take care of our monkey, and with this money, you take care of the people too.
So you think it's unjust that this monkey
What the
macaque,
fuck's a monkey getting all this money for?
because
what the
that's
hell
what they want to do with their money.
It's not right because in
I didn't
India,
say it's right, but that's what it is.
People are dying in India of starvation, and they don't have a place to sleep. They sleep on
Why don't you
roofs
feed
and
them
corner.
the macaque then? Why don't?
Feed
Isn't that just?
Feed them the chunman?
They'd eat chunman. Sure.
Why would you want to?
He's not a cow. They can eat him, right? I think a Hindu can eat a macaque.
Who the hell? I don't know. What,
Did you know that
what
macaques
what are you
actually?
asking him for?
They're a very well studied breed, though, species, because macaques have this weird hierarchy. Like they literally have a hierarchy. If one of the macaques has like berries in its mouth and he's not up the right chain, the guy who's ahead of him actually takes the berries out of his mouth.
So it's a
They have
it's
they
a
have
union
social
monkey.
status. They have a social status.
It's a union monkey.
I wouldn't call it union. I'd call it more a hierarchy of. There's a status there.
There should be a status there. I like that.
You
but
do? You approve of that?
Hey, I'm
I
the
think-
foreman.
I bet
Time to get back
Chunman's
to
at the
work.
top of that hierarchy there.
So
He's at
you
the
think
pyramid.
Chunman knows what's going on?
Well, I wouldn't ascribe consciousness to
You-
Chunman.
you think Chun- you think
he's
Chunman-
a damn good macaque?
You think Chunman here is going to
Hey, can
either bury or burn these bodies to save a couple more bucks into his wallet?
I think that Brajaj and Shabistra.
How
should be
did you
able-
remember that?
I'm not even sure. Is that close?
Shabista.
Shabista and Brajaj.
Brajaj.
Have the right to do whatever the hell they want with their money. If they want to leave it to macaque, which it is,
It's
a
a Chunman.
bit
He's a
outre.
Chun- he's
I'll give you
Chunman.
that.
Stop
Outre,
discussing.
not forte.
Stop discussing macaque.
now he would-
Armand ever wants to talk
this-
about is macaque.
See, now he's a pervert. I'm not.
I think he did bang a macaque one time. I seen him.
They're cute. They're cute little monkeys. I have to admit.
Oh, Jesus
But I
Christ.
prefer the ones. What are the ones with the pink butts? Is that a baboon?
Yeah,
That's
Is that
a
about?
Yeah.
Why are they so big like that? I mean, is that hemorrhoids?
I'm not sure. I think. It's,
I mean, you're the goddamn scholar. Why wouldn't you know how the ass gets that big?
I've never inquired as to why a baboon has
It's
a pink
just a little
ass or
interesting,
long
that's
arms.
all.
What's the other one with the blue face? A mandrill? That's an interesting looking beast. You know the one with the blue face?
Which
A
one?
mandrill. Mandrill.
I don't think I've seen one.
Yeah, it's a
of
blue
those,
face. Look that up sometime.
Hmm.
And I
the
think,
more you know.
yeah.
Well, in any case, we'll move on with the fucking Chunman.
Well, you see that all the time, though. These like Zsa Zsa Gabor types who give their entire forge to their
To a
dogs.
poodle or something
Yeah,
like
uh-huh.
that.
Yeah. You're against that too, I
I'm
assume.
against that. I'm against that because I'm telling you right now, we got orphanages, we got veterans that come back from wars, and I see them in San Francisco when I visited out there. They're on the corner sleeping in boxes and stuff like that. You know, we got to take care of these people before we take care of Chunman and some little fucking dog or whatever. We should put more in our whatever we have left, if we don't
you
have
have a
anyone to
picture?
give to,
Do you have a picture of Shabista?
no, but
I'd
he
like
could
to-
probably
I'd like to
find
see
us.
it. Does she
Find
have
us,
that,
Chunman.
What's the name of the ceremonial dot on their foreheads? A tokai?
Well, now we're going after the Hindus now, huh?
No, I'm not. I was
We
just
hit
wondering. It's a trivia
we hit
question.
the
What's
gay
the name?
people.
I don't have any problem, but they have that. I think it's called a tokai, isn't it? Can you look that up, Chris?
Yeah, I can look that up.
Yeah, please
Well,
do.
look up my monkey first. Maybe we should take a look at this monkey. See
Chunman?
if he's worth all the inheritance being left to this monkey.
Remember Sunset Boulevard? Speaking of movies, remember that, Chris? Do you ever see it?
Gloria
Gloria Swanson was burying
no, I
her
don't
monkey.
think so.
Yeah, he was a very important chimp.
Speaking of kind of weird news too,
Got some more?
this 36-year-old in Colombia. She's a teacher.
Columbia, South Carolina, or
No, Colombian.
country?
She's from the
country
capital
club.
of Bogota.
Bogota.
Bogota. Yeah.
Bogota, yeah.
Right. What
Well,
does she do?
she's for 2 years she's been fighting to change her name. Right? Maybe you guys are saying change
Okay,
her name.
sure.
Okay.
You
Must have
change
a
your
dis-
name.
I'm still
You're-
waiting for you to actually
Right.
officially change it to Ochoman
Yeah.
legally.
Well, that
That's-
might be a while.
That's a hypochorism.
All right. Let me go on with this.
Look that up.
All right. For 2 years she's been battling to change her name.
Okay, right.
You think her name is despicable?
What
or
is like
whatever.
Brajaj or you would think Brajaj would change it. Shabista?
Well, her new
What does she
name.
want to change her name?
Yeah, sit down on this one.
All right.
Her new name is after winning in the courts in Colombia.
Oh, so it is. This is her new
She
name.
won.
Okay.
She won. Now her new name is ABCDEFGHIJKLMNOPQRSTUVWXYZ.
Oh,
What
come
a dick.
on.
She's
And
such a dick.
she's a teacher.
Is this a rib? Are you
No,
kidding?
this is a true story. This is what's happening right now. This teacher now says you can shorten up by calling me UVWXYZ. But her friends, she wants her friends to call her ABCDEFG.
Oh,
So
well, that is more intimate.
But
Yeah, I can
check
see
this
it.
out.
It's a
This
little
is
more cuddly.
I think this is damn brilliant.
You would.
Here. Okay.
Where's that
okay.
retard? Hit us with the retard.
Stop the laughs here for a second and let me tell you. If you're a kid and you want to raise your hand, you're not gonna keep bothering this teacher,
You're
and
gonna
this
say,
teacher knows
Miss
that she's gonna
ABC.
be she's not gonna be bothered by all these kids calling her Miss UVWXYZ, Miss UV, so
Okay.
constantly.
So now, what you think the math teacher should change his name to 3.141521?
What-
That's pi.
Is that pie?
Yes, that's pi.
What kind of pie is that?
I knew that was.
Hey,
coming
it's
too.
Apple.
Is that you know what? I
Give
just
us a
had
little
some
Strother
chocolate
Martin.
pie.
Give us a little Strother Martin, will you?
Chocolate pie.
Did you bring some?
No, I didn't.
All
bring
we got
some.
was sausage biscuits, no dessert.
Yeah, and by the way, that was 2 for $2.30. So
Wow, that's a hell of a deal.
yeah, it's at
we
it's
don't
at
want to
Hardee's.
mention. I wasn't going to mention that.
Yeah, but those Hardy commercials.
So
man,
you're in
those hot
favor of
chicks,
this name change?
I'm just kind of bewildering.
Yes,
to be honest
it's
with
a
you,
little
I'm just trying
befuddling.
to see some upside in this. But how the
I
hell
see
could
none.
you? How could you name yourself ABCDEFGHIJKLMNOPQRSTUVWXYZ?
Well, just the notion that she's trying is out of hand ridiculous. But she got it. Apparently, the courts sanctioned
the
it, right?
courts finally got tired of dealing with
Oh,
this
okay,
crazy
all right.
witch, and you know what? She ought to lose her job. I couldn't have this kind of crazy broad teaching the classes.
So what would you call her? UVWX?
Well, I would probably eliminate some words here, some letters, and call her shithead.
Call her. What's that?
Right.
Well, Opie.
Yeah.
Opie from Andy
Yeah.
Griffith, right?
You got to cut it down somewhere.
I knew a guy named Minot. That was a good Armenian name. His name was Minot.
Minot.
MNO, I think.
I never heard
Minot.
of him.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
We're really
Now, that's
striving on
uncalled
that now.
for. That's
yeah, especially on the
gratuitous.
Armenian. All right. Well, hey.
Hey, speaking of that, speaking of the alphabet, do we have our word?
You do have
All
your
right,
words,
good.
and I'm ready to give them to you guys
Chris
here.
gets the first shot here.
Can I get some music for my game show here?
Drum roll, something.
Not a drum roll. I need my music
Oh,
for
all
my
right. Oh,
for my game show.
The quiz show.
What the fuck is going on around here?
Did you see Quiz Show? Great movie. Great movie.
I did see that one.
That's a good movie.
I didn't really like it though. I knew you would like it. Anything there?
Yeah, we.
No, that's not it. You haven't
It's on
stumped
its
yet.
way.
Yeah,
You
that's-
haven't screwed it up yet.
That's the failure music. Let's give
Here
the
we go. Here we go.
aspirational music. Ah, that's better. All right.
All right, we have our 3 words for today. And Chris is right now, he's possibly gotten 1 word out of the 8 or 9.
He got one last
given
time.
to him. And
I wouldn't count on that again.
here's our first word for the day for you, Chris.
All right, let's do it.
Adumbrate.
Adumbrate?
No, adumbrate.
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 Oh, you're
Adumbrate.
familiar with this
Yes,
goddamn word, right?
I've heard the
Of
word
course he
before.
is.
All right, let's...
Adumbrate. I'm gonna go with means like to split or separate. Adumbrate.
No, I can't give you that one, my
It's,
friend.
I think it's explain detail.
Oh,
It's
there
it's
you
go
go.
into detail.
Yeah.
Given exegesis.
Yeah, I'll give it that. Something to outline it, depict, describe, draw.
Yes, right.
So,
Adumbrate.
I was close.
yeah, you're right there. Our next word here is beguile. Beguile.
You mean beguile?
Beguile, that's what I meant. Beguile.
Well, you should know this one.
And that is Beguile.
Yeah, like I think like to charm. Is that
that's
right?
pretty
Is it to
close,
charm?
yeah.
You know what? I'm
Seduce?
going to give it it says
that right?
It says charm. Charm
Very
and
good.
beauty.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yes.
to charm.
Well, did
Hey,
you ever
look
see
at that?
Yes.
Did you ever see that movie with Clint Eastwood, The Beguiled?
No.
Oh, great! You'd love it.
Is that right? Is it charm?
You ever
Is
see?
it
No,
yeah,
you-
that's
you-
it. That's
you-
it.
it's
Seduce.
one of the-
I use
yeah.
seduce, but charm is good.
Yeah.
seduce? Oh, there
But
you go.
It's basically is to trick someone, either
Right, very
deception or irresistible charm.
But
Interesting.
see The Beguiled. It's
Boom.
I knew he'd come through.
Clint Eastwood is a Southern soldier or Northern soldier,
Right.
and they're invading the South, and he gets shot, and he gets found by this girls' school.
Oh,
And these girls are
school.
like 16. Yeah, they're a girls' school.
Oh,
and
my
he
God.
beguiles several women in that movie. It's a great movie. You've never seen that?
No.
Check it out.
Is it rated R?
I think it probably was at the time. Yeah, it's like early 70s. He beguiles a lot of women there. Yeah.
Well, speaking of beguile, what about this? What about this whole thing with this 50 Shades of?
Oh,
well,
God.
you know what? We'll talk
Save
about that after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
save-
weekend discussion. Yeah.
All right.
Friday.
Yeah, we'll save that for Friday.
What's the third word?
Third word
Very
is
good.
Thank you.
Beguile.
Thank you.
concomitant.
Concomitant.
Yes,
You should know that
it's
too.
CONCOMITANT.
No, two T's. There are two T's, aren't they? COMITTANT, isn't it?
No, we
Wow.
didn't. We're wrong here because it's concomitant.
Oh, two M's, right? COMMI.
No,
TANT.
no, there's only one M. CONCOMITANT.
Okay. I misspelled that. Okay.
Chris, would
I
you
know what
like
it
to take a
means.
stab for this for 500?
I'm thinking.
You should know that.
I've heard this word.
Oh, don't tell him you should know that. That's
Well, you
more
should. It's
pressure.
easier than beguiled.
Oh,
beguiled.
everything's
Okay.
easy to you.
I'm not sure I'm right here, so I'm gonna existing or like
Close. At the
occurring-
same time.
It's like
At the same
occurring,
time.
yeah, like
That's-
co-occurring. Or
No,
existing.
I'm not going to give him that.
It's the same time, man. Something that concomitant. If you do something concomitant,
Same
Same
time.
time, correct.
Well, let's see here. This may be a push here on this one because
I
I've got
gotta look at the real word because I know I've.
means accompanying. If you run into someone that you have a crush on, you might feel nervousness with a concomitant for forgetfulness.
well, at the same time, though, yeah. Accompanying,
What is at the same time?
because it happens at the same time.
Yeah, here's the happening at the same time.
Right, you
as
run into
something else.
someone that you have a crush on, you get...
All right. Okay. Then, Chris, you
Yeah.
got two
Nah,
going.
I got 1.5.
1.5, and okay, that sets up our big February 24th. What happened today?
Oh, good, okay.
This is going to be something very interesting here. February 24th, 1932.
Okay.
Who drives in Daytona and sets a speed record time? If you guys can name me either the speed record time or the guy that
Let me take a guess.
this is 1932.
Barney Oldfield.
No, is that your final play?
I guess not. Ray Haroon?
How many are you going to take here?
Ray Haroon?
No.
I have absolutely no idea.
Give me his initials.
MC.
MC.
No. Malcolm Campbell
That-
drives record
That's
speed
appropriate.
at 253.96 miles an hour at Daytona.
Well, okay, smart guy. Do you even
I
remember?
didn't do it. I'm not a smart guy. I just put
No,
it out here.
But do you even remember the question you asked last
Forte,
year?
you rip
I'll bet-
on me about Forte.
Chris, I'll bet you lunch. He doesn't
Okay.
remember the answer to his own question last week.
Give it to me.
Let's
The
do it.
black umpire.
Who was the first African American umpire?
Right.
That is
And
Ernest.
Wrong. Emmett Ashford. You owe me lunch.
See, I'm giving you good stuff.
I walked
here.
into that one.
Chris, do you know who the Treasury Secretary is? I asked this question over there.
The Treasury Secretary.
Yeah, he did it.
Banky? No.
Very good. That was the
Fed.
not anymore.
Yeah.
No,
He was the Treasury Secretary, right? Was he?
the Fed. Yeah, he's a Fed's. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
chairman of the Fed.
Then no.
Well, actually, it's Janet Yellen is the. But
No.
it's
Yep.
But
Okay.
but Chu is the Treasury Secretary.
All right, okay.
There we go.
All right, well, we got
The
our
more you
game
know.
show out of the way here. February 24th, our game show. And I tell you what, I think I'm ready for my
Exit
big picks
music?
here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Get ready.
Most important part of the show.
Get set. It's time for the Ochoman's Big Picks of the Day.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
I tell you what, too, Armand, your stocks did pretty good, too.
Oh, my Celgene went up 5 points.
5 points
it
that
went up
day.
to 125.
He gave you guys winners
Yeah,
in
that
the
was-
stock market.
that was a winner.
We got the stock market even covered here. What do you like today?
I don't know. The market's up a little bit today. Janet Yellen. That's why I brought her up. She's not going to raise interest rates. I'll tell you what. I think you stick with the biotechs, and
Which one are we looking at?
I still say Celgene. It's up, but
Celgene.
it's still cheap.
Can you spell that for him out there?
CELG is they're the call letters.
CELG, folks. Jump on that one while it's hot, and Armand's giving you.
It's down today, so you might want to jump on it.
Just a disclaimer, we are not licensed by the SEC to give stock advice or financial information.
Well, how about that? We're not supposed to be giving any advice here.
I'm sanctioned by Bernie Madoff.
The Madoff School of
That's right.
Trading.
I know.
All right.
Send in your money, folks. I'll invest it for you.
There you go. And I tell you what was really great to see this. I mean, before the season on some of these NBA plays, if you got them in early.
Oh, the futures?
Yeah, like Cleveland Cavaliers. Somehow, I'm maybe I got this wrong, but 30-1
Yeah, that's
when
amazing.
the beginning
with LeBron,
started
right?
with LeBron, and now they're 3-1.
Well, that makes
Golden
sense.
State was 25-1. Now they're 7-2.
Wow.
Oklahoma City Thunder was 11-2. Now they reversed to 9-1. And I've got two more here. San Antonio Spurs were 8-1. Now they're 17-2. And
Well, that's pretty close.
Yeah. And then the Atlanta Hawks. Check this out. They were 40-1. Now they're 10-1. So
Wow.
it's interesting
So
stuff there.
you have a pick on it? You like any of those?
You know, if I had a couple bucks to play on this one on the futures, I would kind of jump all over. Not all over, but I would definitely put a couple bucks on Atlanta Hawks right now at 10-1.
10-1, okay.
And I like Memphis too. I didn't get Memphis's line, but that's got to be interesting too. Memphis probably could have been 15-1 when the season started, and I say they're probably 6-1 right now. Well, we got an NBA play out there, folks. Last week, not last week. Yeah, it was last Friday. Our picks. We went 2-2. We gave another play on that one, so we went 2-2. We didn't break the bank, but we didn't lose again. That's a big plus. Our NBA play is Golden State versus Washington. We got two teams here that haven't been scoring in the hundreds in a while here. Actually, Washington hasn't hit 100 scoring mark in 4 games. I like this game, and I kind of debated it, but I like the under on this one on the 204, and that's a big number there, 204. I don't think it's going to be that big of a number.
Who comes up with numbers like that? I mean, that's
You know,
great.
it's
Danny Sheridan or
amazing.
someone?
It's amazing because they come up with it like at maybe 12:30 at midnight. You're seeing plays like this,
And they're
being-
pretty accurate, huh? Are they? They have to
they're
be
on
pretty,
target.
pretty-
They're
wow,
on
that's
target.
Amazing. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
So that did you hear this? That's amazing.
Yes,
I'm
he's
so
stunned.
enthusiastic.
Chris could probably give a shit.
So enthusiastic.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he just wants to get this over with.
So that Golden State-Washington game right now, I'm looking at the under on the 204. We're going right back to NHL. NHL's been really good for me here, and I'm not going to stop tonight. New York Rangers at home against Calgary, and it's minus 178. By the way, the game I did lose last week, and really keep this team in your mind right now. Chicago Blackhawks are not playing good hockey at all right now, my friends. So kind of look at them, scope them out, troll their schedule out, see how. Because any good team right now can beat the Blackhawks, and Blackhawks are not seeing any advantage at home. They are getting their butts kicked at home, and it happened last night.
Music to my ears.
Yeah. New York Rangers at home tonight, minus 178 against Calgary. I love the Rangers in this spot. I'll give them minus 178, and you know what? I'll play the puck line too, minus 1.5 on the puck line. I like the Rangers in this spot. So we got two plays there. We got the minus 178, and we got the Rangers, the minus 1.5. And our next game here is the hot Nashville Predators at home against Colorado. They are no slouch, my friends. You're seeing the Blackhawks flounder it up a little bit, not the Predators. I like the Predators here to win. And the over is only 5. Forget about it. I like the Predators and Colorado. They're going to do a little scoring here. I'm looking at a 4-2 type of game. I like Nashville, and I like the over on this one being 5 goals. That's what I got for you guys out there.
Celgene
is a stock that he likes, Armand, and I like these NBA and these NHL plays. Give a shout out to how they could get in touch with us.
Yeah, if you want to find the Ochoman iTunes store, search for Ochoman Behind the 8 Ball. Also on the Stitcher app for Android. You can find our website at ochoman.com. We are on all social media, Facebook, Ochoman Behind the 8 Ball, and at Ochoman Podcast on Twitter.
And I tell you what, folks, we're going to be coming up with these cool shirts. Ochoman Behind the 8 Ball. Start sending us some emails.
They're amazing.
If we like your emails, you know what? We'll send you a shirt out because we'd love to be in touch with you guys. I think our
I'll send
audience
out
is
my
growing.
phone number to any
Yeah, it is growing.
lovelorn women out there.
Exactly.
I'm single.
And you can email us, any of that stuff. You want some shirts, you have something you want to hear on the show, Ochoman at ochoman.com, or, hit us up on any social media, leave us a review on iTunes. That really helps us in the rankings. We're still in the new and noteworthy section, so that's good. The numbers for the show are going up because all you are listening and sharing it with your friends.
Yeah. You
That's
can't beat
another
that.
thing. Just go to the iTunes store, hit the share button,
Yeah, just share it out there. Let's get our show popular.
Boom.
Hey, share it with Chunman.
Yeah, share it with
I'm
Chunman.
Kevin the Macaque.
As Macaque.
If this Chunman's for real, he should be zapping in on our show
Hey,
every
I'd
time.
like to send out a personal warm greeting to Brajaj and Shabitra.
Yeah, I bet the monkeys happy
Holla
they're
back,
still
Shabitra.
around. All right, guys. Hey, Armand, we got one more show. One more show coming up here on
yes.
Friday.
That's our 50
Yep.
Shades of Grey show.
Yeah, we'll talk
Tribute,
about that.
tribute.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. And hey, Chris, thanks a lot for
Thank you.
Thanks,
running the
Ochoman.
board again. Hey, guys, been fun. We'll see you next time around. Ochoman is out of here.
It ain't over now. 'Cause when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go. Come on. Ah!
The Ocho Man, Behind the 8 Ball. Only on Ignotainment. Leave us your questions and comments below this podcast in the comments section of the iTunes Podcast Store.